Yo, yo, YouTube. I hope you guys been doing good. Are you guys ready for another reaction satisfaction video from Trinity? I am going to be reacting to Buffy, Blade versus Buffy, Marvel versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer death battle. Oh, this look like it's gonna be funny. Let's go.
Blade versus Buffy.
The Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death.
Well, I think that'll win between Buffy and Blade. As much as I like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, hands down, Blade would win 100%.
Battle. They are known by many names. Revenant, Vortala, Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day. Blade.
Yeah, because Blade a vampire and he has like super power. He has immortality versus Buffy. I mean, I know she got some type of power, but she's not more powerful than Blade. So hands down, Blade would win.
Is that really
Yep.
Hang on. Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human.
Well, that sucked ass. No wonder Blade was mad at him.
Vampire, a Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would rape the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle.
Yeah, Blade is cool as fuck, period, hands down. And so I whoever they pick to be the new Blade, I hope they do a good job in the casting. Yeah, because I think they still trying to make a Blade movie.
Floating.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, Kickboxing, Shotokan Karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right.
Why you say a Blade movie was canceled? They canceled it? I mean, to be honest, can we stop remaking movies that already had a whole ass trilogy? Blade, it was a Blade 1, a Blade 2. Wait, it was a Blade 3, right? So they told his story, like, but I think, y'all think Wesley Snipes is still young enough to play Blade? I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. It was canceled. I'll have to look that up.
There!
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium, a variant of the metal that is mass-producible.
It may not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters.
Okay, that's what it says about the Blade film. I'm sorry for interrupting. Hi, Avatar. Happy Wednesday. It say the Blade film has not officially been canceled, but it has been removed from the Marvel Studios release schedule and is delayed indefinitely. The project has faced numerous setbacks, including script issues, multiple director changes, and 2023 Hollywood strikes, leading to the removal from the 2024 and 2025 release calendars. Despite the delays, Marvel president Kevin Feige has stated the studio remains committed to making the film. So it says the Blade movie is indefinitely delayed right now. Hi. So yeah. Look at me. Doing a little bit of Google research.
Like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out. They can even hurt Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him.
Wait, Blade had a daughter? Did they ever explain that in the movies? I didn't know Blade. Wait. I never seen Blade's daughter. So yeah, we need another film. They need to explain that.
He will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
Okay, Blade daughter looks really cool. She look like she can kick ass. All right. Let's go.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Pick.
Yeah, we gonna go past all that. We don't care about that.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces
Hell
of
yeah,
darkness.
my fucking girl, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slang, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to sunny
That's why, you know what? That's why she got in trouble and her mama had to move and she had to go to a new school. Buffy.
Dale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, all right. Along with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby Gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV.
He said Buffy and her
She's been
Scooby
slaying vampires
Gang.
across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu.
Hell nah, she had a whole ass grenade launcher. She said, I'm ending your ass right now. Son, it's time. It's over. You're terminated.
Boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and, smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars,
Buffy Summer was a badass, for real chats. Put some respect on Buffy Summer's name.
but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world.
What
It
an
must be one of
a-hole.
those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight. and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her
Right.
having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying
And a motherfucking universe better thank Buffy the Vampire Slayer for saving y'all. For real, for real. They should add Buffy Summers to fucking Marvel. For real, for real. I'm serious. Like, whoever owned Buffy, they need to put her in and drop her into the Marvel Rivals universe.
a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss. Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence. This.
Hey, let's
absolutely
go, Buffy!
crushed
Buffy,
and,
Buffy!
ironically,
Buffy, 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 Buffy. Yes, I'm a Buffy enthusiast. I'm a Buffy fan. Yeah, somebody gives me all seasons of Buffy. Yes, yes, I'm watching them. We used to watch episodes on Kick.
Immune to traditional vampiric
I need to go back to
and
doing that.
destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The, Slayer safe!
It's actually a Bardiche.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons, the scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to
Yeah, get your ass kicked. You better not mess with Buffy and her sisters.
Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Slayer.
Hey, as you know,
I'm
it's
telling you, man. I'm telling you. I love Buffy, but Blade will kick her butt.
Skeletober.
You mean October?
No, stupid, it's the Skeletober Skelebration.
What's happening?
We were kings, long before they had a name for kings.
Yeah, they hired actors. They could have hired some better. They could have hired a better actor for Buffy. I'm just saying.
But now, star.
It just looks so. Whoever did the casting, they ain't do a good job on the casting. Unless this is their friends, then I completely understand. Chat. You don't have to be a whole Hollywood fucking. It don't even have to be a whole Hollywood thing. You know what I'm saying? But whoever did the casting and those contact lenses, yeah.
You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was only ours. Tonight, we.
This actor act like she wanna start laughing. Okay, I'm gonna put the acting aside. Let me put the acting aside.
Daywalker.
And who the fuck they get to play Blade? Easy fucking E? Son or something? Ice Cube? Son?
That's just the start.
Oh, okay, child, who you cheering for? Are you cheering for Blade or Buffy? I'm cheering for Buffy, but I know Blade gonna win. But I might be pleasantly surprised. Let's go. Buffy. Like that. I get the twerk on. Oh wow, it's getting good. It's getting good. Oh shit.
Wait!
Okay, I like the acting.
Shoot's just a kid!
Not anymore.
Wait. When Blade started talking. Okay, Trinity, you have to look past the acting. Okay, I'm gonna look past the acting and the image. I don't know, because when I see Buffy, I see like kind of a Valley girlish type girl. And like cute, yeah, somebody that's just like in what they look like. Cause Buffy was like that. She wanted to look good. Not saying nothing about her. This girl looked like a hard ass. But and when you think of Blade, you think of somebody hardcore. And actually, Blade was like an African, like from the African nation, African country. So yeah. But yeah, Buffy is amazing.
your damn mind?
No, Buffy! Kick his ass, Buffy. Kick his ass, Buffy. Get him, Buffy. Get him, get him.
Amateur hour.
There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Come on, yo. Damn. Wow.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
Okay, I think Buffy might win. Let's hopefully, let's go. Oh, she did.
Looks like you got ahead of yourself.
Damn. Yes, let's go, Buffy. Let's go.
Blade tenued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up.
So, okay, I completely understand. Buffy has a hell of a lot more material to work with than Blade, and she's been through hella worse situations than Blade. Okay, Buffy win. Bang! I love Buffy, y'all. But anyway, YouTube, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, satisfaction, dedication. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye, YouTube. Bye-bye.